All right, coming up next, it's the return of Triple Crowner Liberty Bell Danielle, defending the Snarl Women's Championship against #1 contender, the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington.
The next match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit, is for the RWL Snarl Women's Championship.
Well, you guys know I'm all the way in for Danielle Heathcote, of course, but gotta admit, the Yankee Rose, Georgia Washington, damn sure earned her spot in this matchup in that triple threat with Faye Crawford and Rockin' Robin pinning Robin to get the win, while Faye Crawford was on the outside.
And what a three-way battle it was, with nearly everyone favoring Rockin' Robin to win, but with the Yankee Rose coming up victorious. And she and Danielle Heathcote definitely are opposite sides of the All-American Girl coin.
Looks like we'll be spared that revolting display we saw from Georgia the other night at Snarl in the triple threat match with Faye Crawford and Rockin' Robin. That's brought her here tonight, and we could be just one Rocket's red glare away from a new Snarl Women's Champion. But then Georgia is facing a fully restored and recharged Liberty Bell, who's already whipped Georgia a couple of times over. Will we see the Snarl Women's belt change hands tonight? Me and all the other armchair quarterbacks say no. I think Danielle's coming back, all ready to rock. All Georgia Washington earned was the right to compete for the title.
Trust me, I've spent about 10 days away with Danielle. Well, not 10 days, but most of 10 days. She's ready to party.
Now that Kurt Angle has cut Georgia loose, she could pose a bigger threat than ever. Like you guys, I'm rooting for Danielle, cause it always makes me chuckle when she calls Georgia. A false American gets me every time.
And here she is, arriving all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after about 10 days away. One of our ladies' triple crowners, one half of American Powers, and tonight it's all about the Snarl Women's Championship for Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote. She's already defended the Joyce Grable Memorial title and the ladies' tags with Patty Powers. And tonight, just has to get this one more out of the way after a good 10 days rest. And she has definitely been ready to go for some time. She spent the last couple of days training. Oh, she's definitely ready to go.
The challenger, the #1 contender from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington. Her opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, an RWL Triple Crown champion, and the current Snarl Women's Champion, All-American Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote.
As Danielle hands off the Snarl Women's belt, you gotta notice right off the bat how very focused she seems to be. I'm sure her performance is gonna be on point tonight.
Probably looking forward to whipping on Georgia just a little.
More than just a little bit, Johnny. More than just a little bit. Well, the Yankee Rose with a big-time opportunity here as Tom Canamora rings the bell. Off we go. They lock up. Georgia Washington winds up Danielle's arm. Takes her down to one knee. Goes right back to work on the arm and shoulder. Pretty relentlessly, too. Man, she is locked in pretty good. Danielle not able to find her way out of it. Wait a second, turned it around all of a sudden into an arm bar. Not bad at all. Georgia whips Danielle to the corner. She rebounds out. Rolls up Georgia. One. Oh, man. That was a quick pin attempt. Danielle goes behind. Crucifix pin. Look at this. One. Two. Well, now. Oh, definitely. Well, I told you she has been training. Kick to the midsection. Couple of rocket-style kicks to the ribs and a yank of the hair, and away goes Georgia Washington. Georgia rolls out for a second. Rolls back in. Danielle catches a kick from Georgia. Clothesline takes Danielle over the top rope out onto the floor. Here comes Georgia Washington. Danielle countered, catches a kick to the midsection. Georgia makes her way back inside the ring. Here comes Danielle right after her. They swing and they miss. Georgia whips Danielle to the ropes, ducks under. Georgia again working on that arm. Georgia catches an elbow from Danielle. Sweep of the leg from Danielle Heathcote. Kick to the midsection from Georgia Washington. Clubbing overhand right from Georgia. Georgia Washington gathers up Danielle with a handful of hair, puts her up against the ropes, and yanks her out center ring. The Yankee Rose, well aware. A Snarl Women's Championship on the line. Danielle pitched out over the top rope onto the apron. Looks like Georgia's going to bring her in the hard way, draped over the middle rope with a neck breaker. Danielle Heathcote starting to lose momentum here. That ain't necessarily good. Kick to the midsection from Georgia Washington, spinning neck breaker. The Yankee Rose drags Danielle center ring. Goes to the cover. One, just a one. Danielle powers out. Still face down on the canvas. Gets back up on her feet. Georgia tags her with a right. Whips Danielle to the ropes. Ducks under. Danielle counters with an elbow. Whips Georgia to the far corner. Georgia counters. Danielle whipped to the other corner. Rebounds out. Catches a stomp from Georgia Washington. A little display of arrogance here. Danielle counters with an arm drag. Gets back up to her feet. Tags Georgia with a jab. Sets her up. Neck breaker drop. Liberty Bell Danielle. Rounds her up. Georgia counters with an uppercut. Sets her up. Whoa. What a suplex from Georgia Washington. Georgia with a hard whip to Danielle. Again rebounding out of the ropes hard. Hard stomp to the shoulder. Georgia Washington gets the leg swept. Danielle Heathcote indicating to the fans in Pensacola she is A-OK. Has Georgia up, hangs her up over the top rope the hard way. Danielle covers and hooks the leg. One. Only just a one. Georgia Washington powers out. Danielle misses with the basement dropkick. Georgia Washington just a step too quick. Danielle countered by Georgia Washington again. Misses with the chop. Georgia counters. Danielle misses with the chop again. Danielle Heathcote whips her to the ropes. Drop kick takes down the Yankee Rose. A stomp from Danielle Heathcote. An elbow across the chest. Liberty Bell Danielle rounds her up, whips her to the corner. Georgia counters with an elbow and a chop. Danielle counters with a chop too. Whips Georgia back into the corner. Turns her around. Puts the boot to the throat of the Yankee Rose. Down goes Georgia into a seated position in the corner. Quickly out of it. Danielle counters again. Running spear. Takes down Georgia Washington. She caught all of that in the midsection. She got gored like Rhino. Stomp to the midsection from Danielle. Rear chin lock. Referee Tom Canamora checking on Georgia Washington. Georgia quickly finding her way out of that one. Danielle catches a backbreaker from the Yankee Rose. Again, with a little display of arrogance here. Danielle rolls quickly out of the way. A clothesline from Georgia, followed up with a second one. Danielle swings and misses. Rebound off the ropes and a clothesline from Georgia again. The Yankee Rose rounds up Danielle Heathcote. Takes her down with a running spear. This one's getting crazy. Here's a cover. One, two. Nope. Danielle gets up the right shoulder. Georgia Washington can't believe it. But Danielle. Oh, look at this. That's disgusting. Danielle slow to get back up to a standing position. Here's a kick to the midsection. Couple of rocket-style kicks to the ribs and a pitch of the hair. There goes Georgia Washington again. Danielle countered with a jawjacker. Georgia swings and misses with the clothesline. But a little bit of do the hustle into a neck breaker. Up over the shoulders goes Danielle Heathcote. Look at this. Package driver from behind. That's pretty nasty. And there's the figure eight leg lock. Georgia Washington putting it on. Oh, she's got the back arch. Georgia really, Danielle could be in victory. She's trying to get the leg loose. Succeeds in doing it. Tags Georgia right to the face. Gets back up to a standing position. Georgia with a snapmare. Danielle counters with an elbow, gets back up on her feet. Danielle takes her down. Winds it up, and there's the ankle lock. She's got it locked in, pulls Georgia away from the rope. She is in big time trouble. Georgia Washington trying to reach the ropes, but it's no good. She is tapping out. Liberty Bell Danielle retaining the Snarl Women's Championship over the Yankee Rose Georgia Washington by submission. Let's go get the official time.
The time was 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Your winner by tap out, and still, Snarl Women's Champion, Liberty Bell Danielle.
You know, maybe it's high time Georgia Washington just accepts the fact that she's just not good against Liberty Bell Danielle, who does it again tonight, scoring a submission win over Georgia to retain the Snarl Women's belt, and looked razor sharp doing it. Great comeback match for one half of American Powers.
It's just like I kept telling Danielle, there was nothing to worry about. I knew she had it in the bag when Georgia Washington won that triple threat. It was not going to be a big deal. We still got Liberty Bell Danielle as Snarl Women's Champion. Talking about the other half of American Powers, Powerhouse Patty Powers coming up next, defending the Women's Gulf Coast Championship against Trish Stratus. Don't you go anywhere.